running for what now?
So I'm running for Congress like I do every 2 years in this area. But I decided this time to make my campaign about this idea of fighting big money because people are so angry about it. I come out here every year and I interview people and I ask them what they think of Congress.
No, the problem is that the partisan politics has gotten so bad.
Right now, I think the entire conversation is quiet because they're not working with the American people. They're working with corporate interests only. Lobbyist groups have grown 1,000-fold in the number of years that they've been around. The middle class is getting squeezed. I'm not even a member of the middle class.
Be
the
honest.
whole look just changed.
Yeah. I saw what happened in her face.
The whole look just changed. The whole
See, she went like
face
this.
just dropped.
Yes.
That right there speaks for itself.
Okay.
Honestly?
You have to be honest. That's why I come out here. I wouldn't come out here if I didn't want people to be honest.
That's a good line, you know? It's all politics. I mean, I just don't understand why you guys can't really meet and just do what's good for the common good for everybody else in Congress. But it's more about their own agenda and getting re-elected as opposed to just doing what's good and good now.
Now, what about money in politics? You got an opinion about that?
Horrible, and I like your bill. Don't even make it.
There's like all this stuff about fracking, you know, these people are dying and all this other stuff happening. The corporate interests, what they want, they get because they can throw money at the problem. You know, the individual, you know, a single person is far less powerful than an army of people or somebody with a very large bank account. For instance, they just did that study. America is now the Gillis.
Exactly.
They just did a study.
I know they did.
America is an oligarchy.
She's preaching the gospel here. This is amazing.
Because I don't think that groups with money should have more influence than groups that don't. So I think there need to be more.
I think a lot of the reason people are so angry and cynical right now is that they think Washington's kind of bought and sold by big money. What about a lot of people feel like big money has too much influence in Washington?
That goes without saying.
Yeah.
That goes without saying.
You make all these pledges, you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm for the people. When you're running, when you get in office, then it's a whole different story because you're leaned on by the big corporations. It doesn't really matter what the smaller people say because once they get in office, they're gonna do it. And that's been clear, and it's happened time and time and time again.
You're right. I think a lot of people are angry because they feel like when it comes time to vote on policy, the institution leans towards big money because that's where they get their campaigns funded.
Absolutely.
So if we're ever going to begin to restore trust, we've got to do something about that. I introduced something called the Government by the People Act, which would create a small donor-driven public matching system for campaign funding, so that like a member of Congress like me, instead of having to go to the corporations and the super PACs to get money for my campaign, I can go to regular folks and say, if you give $5, $10, then there's matching funds that come in behind that, and then I can run my campaign relying on you instead of having to rely on the big money.
Right.
So then when I go to vote, the only ones I'm voting for are everyday people instead of voting for the big money. So we introduced this bill. We've got about 400,000 citizen co-sponsors. In 2 months, who've signed petitions across the country. It's called the Government by the People Act. And you can Google it, find out more about it. And then in Maryland, in my own district, I'm running something called the My Voice campaign, which is to empower everyday people to say my voice does count because they feel like their voice doesn't count.
Been like that for a long, long time.
Exactly. And when I talk to people that way, you know, if you talk about regular stuff to people, then they tune you out if you're a member of Congress. If you go to them and say, look, I know your voice is left out. I know you feel frustrated and angry. Here's what we're trying to do. Then like for a split second, they say, okay, well, maybe that could work. So stay posted on that, you know, stay tuned. Check it out, go online, Google Government by the People Act, Google My Voice campaign, and you'll find out more about it. So we can make a difference. All right?
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.